everyone, welcome back. Hola a todos, bienvenidos de regreso. This is the second Spanish alphabet video. Este es el segundo video del alfabeto en español. We're going to see examples of nouns, verbs, and other information that will help you with pronunciation. Vamos a ver ejemplos de sustantivos, verbos y también otra información que te va a ayudar con la pronunciación. You will have time to repeat each word twice. Vas a tener tiempo de repetir cada palabra 2 veces. Let's begin. Comencemos. Spanish alphabet part 2. A. Adiós. Adiós. Abrir. Abrir. B. Bolsa. Bolsa. Beber. Beber. C. Casa. Casa. Comer. Comer. There's one thing about the letter C, and that is it has 2 sounds. It has a strong sound, as in the word that you just saw, casa, and it also has a soft sound. So when it's preceding each one of these vowels, it's going to have a strong sound. Ca, co, cu. Otra vez, again. Ca, co, cu. And the soft sound, se, si. Otra vez. Se, si. Ejemplos. Ca, casa. Co, cosa. Cu, culpa. Casa, cosa, culpa. Ejemplos of the soft sound. Se, cero. Si, 5. Cero, 5. Che. Chico. Chico. Charlar. Charlar. De. Dedo. Dedo. Keep in mind in this particular word, when you have the letter D between 2 vowels, it's going to be a slightly softer sound. So you can hear the difference. The word for finger is dedo, not dedo. So just keep that in mind. Slightly softer sound. Dedo. Deber. Deber. E. Elefante. Elefante. Estudiante. Estudiante. Estar. Estar. F. Fiesta. Fiesta. Fuego. Fuego. Firmar. Firmar. G. Gato. Gato. Gustar. Gustar. Keep in mind the letter G, like the letter C, has a strong and a soft sound. And it follows the same pattern that you saw on the letter C with the vowels A, O, and U. So strong sound, ga, go, gu. Otra vez. Again. Ga. Go. Gu. And for the soft sound, je. Ji. Again. Otra vez. Je. Ji. Ejemplos. Ga. Gata, which is a female word for cat. We're going to go into gender of nouns in a lesson coming up. So don't worry about that for now. Just focus on the pronunciation. Gata. Go. Gota. Gota. Gu. Gusto. Gusto. Gata, gota, gusto. Soft sound. G. Gente. Gente. Ji. Gigante. Gigante. Gente. Gigante. H. Keep in mind the H is silent unless it's preceded by the letter C, in which case you're going to have that chico sound, right? Otherwise, it's silent. Hola. Hola. Horno. Horno. Hornear. Hornear. Y. Igual. Igual. Iglesia. Iglesia. Ir. Ir. J. Jugo. Jugo. Jaguar. Jaguar. Jugar. Jugar. K. Kilo. There are a couple of verbs with the letter K that you will probably never use, which is why I did not add them. L. Lengua. Lengua. Lámpara. Lámpara. Lavar. Lavar. Doble L or ella. Doble L or ella. Lluvia. Lluvia. Llama. Llama. Llover. Llover. Llamar. Llamar. M. Mamá. Mamá. Madre. Madre. Mover. Mover. N. Nunca. Nunca. Nadar. Nadar. Necesitar. Necesitar. One more time because that's a long word. Necesitar. Ñ. Mañana. Mañana. enseñar, enseñar. O, otro, otro, otoño, otoño. Ordenar, ordenar. Ocupar, ocupar. P, papá, papá. Padre, padre. Pasar, pasar. Partir, partir. Q, queso, queso. Querer, querer. R, or, R. Rosa, rosa. Señora, señora. Notice here that when you have the letter R at the beginning of a word, it's always going to be that strong sound, right? That rolling the R sound that everybody's so afraid of. And when you have one R in between two vowels, it's going to be always the soft sound, right? So let's hear the difference again. You have rosa and you have señora. Now, if I say señora, it's not the same as saying señora, right? So that's the difference. Whenever you see one R in the middle of a word, it's going to be the soft sound. Romper, romper. Parar, parar. Back to this. We have R and we have R or doble R, doble R. So the important difference here is you will have some words that are spelled almost the same, very similar, but they will have different meanings, which is why you need to learn how to differentiate them, right? So, pero, it's not the same as perro. Pero, perro. Curar, curar. Correr, correr. Now, having gone through this, in the past, some of my students used to be so concerned about learning how to roll their R's. I just want to make sure that you understand it is not a big deal if you are never able to roll your R's like a native speaker. It's okay. You will still be able to get a message across. You will still be able to make yourself understood. So don't sweat it. Do the best that you can, and you'll be fine. Because even if you can't say perro and you try to imitate the sound as much as possible, with context, people are going to understand what you're talking about. And if for some reason they don't get it, you can rely on other words to get your message across. Point is, don't sweat it. It's okay if you cannot roll your R's. S, salud. Salud. Supermercado. Supermercado. Otra vez, it's a long word. Supermercado. Salir. Salir. Té. Taza. Taza. tienda, tienda, tener, tener, tomar, tomar, uva, uva, usted, usted. We're going to get into addressing people and the importance of distinguishing between formal and informal in future lessons. Usar, usar. B chica or V. B chica or V. Notice that the V in Spanish, we pronounce it the same as the letter B. It really is only important when you're spelling stuff, for written word. So the tendency is going to be, since you are an English speaker, that you're going to bring that English sound into Spanish pronunciation. Also, do not sweat it. It's important for you to know that way, because you're going to hear people not pronouncing the V like we say it in English. So don't sweat it. Again, do the best that you can. And for the small b, B chica or V. Valiente, valiente. Ventana, ventana. Volar, volar. Vivir, vivir. W, whiskey. That does not need a translation. The W is for foreign words. W, X, excelente, excelente. Explicar, explicar. Y or Y. Y or Y. Yo, yo. Yuca, yuca. Z, Z. Zona, zona. Zapato, zapato. Zapatear, zapatear. Keep in mind that in my lessons, I will be teaching you Latin American Spanish, which does not have the sound, what we call ceseo. Like in Spain, they would probably pronounce that zapato or zona. I know it can be a little bit daunting for people who are learning, but again, try to not let that get to you. But yeah, just keep in mind, I will be teaching you Latin American Spanish. And las vocales, the vowels, we're going to review those. Good news is we have 5 vowels in Spanish, which it's the same number that you have in English. But the good news is that you have 5 sounds for them. In English, you have, if I'm not mistaken, about 11 sounds for the vowels. So it can be quite challenging if you're learning English as a second language. But for Spanish, 5 vowels, 5 sounds. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Recuerda, la repetición es muy importante. Remember that repetition is very important. I know that this particular lesson was a little bit longer than I wish. I'm going to try the best that I can to keep lessons to be 5 minutes or around that 5-minute mark. But just make sure to come back to this video a few times. Those words that I put up there as examples for the letters, it's intentional. So I will be coming back to these words in future lessons because you were already exposed to them. But remember, repetition is important, especially with language learning. You can go to SpanishVenture.me for more resources as I keep building the lessons, and where you can find a little bit more structure as far as like once you get this down and you go and find there this particular video or the link to this video, once you get this down, the next one's going to be the next thing that's more appropriate for the level that you are at. So go and visit SpanishVenture.me. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this if you find the lessons useful with anyone else who is learning Spanish as well. Hasta pronto.